सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण। अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण। अनन्तशयना हे जगन्नाथ कमलनयना हे माधवा। अनन्तशयना हे जगन्नाथ कमलनयना हे माधवा। करुणासागर कालिङ्गनर्तन करुणासागर कालिङ्गनर्तन। हे कृपा सिन्धो कृष्णा हे कृपा सिन्धो। अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण। विश्वरूपा विश्वाधारा विश्वेश्वर हे नारायण। विश्वरूपा विश्वाधारा विश्वेश्वर हे नारायण। भवभयहरण दीनोद्धरण भवभयहरण दीनोद्धरण। हे दया सिन्धो कृष्णा हे दया सिन्धो। अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण। आदिमूला नारायण। Humble prostrations to one and all. So we are discussing the values given in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yesterday we had discussed in detail amanitvam, Now today we will discuss ADAMBHITVAM. Dambha means to show off. So the tendency to show off is called dambhitvam. So adambhitvam means the absence of this tendency. We all have this tendency. We tend to show off whatever we are proud of. Deep down within each one of us, we have this desire for love, for respect, for appreciation from others. So therefore, we tend to show off everything that is good in us, virtuous in us, noble in us, praiseworthy in us, so that we get appreciation from us. So this tendency to show off everything good in us, this tendency is called dambhitvam. We all have it. Now you will find mana and dambha, they go together. Amanitvam, adambhitvam. So this mana and dambha, they always go together. Whatever which I am proud of, I want to show off. I am proud of something, then definitely I will want to show it off to others. There is a very nice story. So here was this person who had purchased a gold ring. So he was wearing it and he was very proud of it. He wanted to show it to everyone. So then what did he do? So there was a family function. So he attended the function and he volunteered to serve food to everyone. So while serving food, he would take his hand very close, because his hand was holding the, serving spoon. So with that serving spoon, he would go very, very near to the eating plate of that person and would say, little more, little more, little more. The intention is not to serve, the intention is to show the ring. That person is screaming, enough, enough, no, no, no. But this person is not listening. Little more, little more. As though literally begging, please see this ring, please see this ring, please utter some words of appreciation. Literally begging for notice, begging for appreciation. This is what happens with all of us. Whatever we are proud of, we tend to show it off. If I am proud of my car, I want everyone to see that car. If I am proud of my necklace, I want everyone to see that. If I am proud of my dress, I want everyone to appreciate it. It's a natural tendency. And that's why you will find in the nameplates, along with the name, there is a big list of all the degrees of that person. And very many times the entire nameplate is filled with all alphabets. And you have to literally search where the name is. All alphabets from A to Z, it is there in the nameplate. You struggle to find the name. Nameplates filled with all degrees. Somewhere there is a tendency in us to show off my qualification, my awards and rewards. Even the retired army officers, they keep their rank. Major General Rana, in the bracket, quietly they write retired. Retired means what? Once upon a time I was powerful, but today I am retired, I am an old man, so please don't ask any favor from me. I am helpless. That is the meaning that bracket retired. isn't it? You will find in the drawing rooms of most of the houses, what do you find? The drawing rooms will be decorated with shields and trophies and certificates and photos of recognitions. Medals will be hanging from different corners. Why all those things are displayed? So that whenever the visitor comes, a guest comes, and then he looks around. You see, we are not that uncultured to tell our own glory from our own mouth. But at the same time, we want others to know also. So without my telling, how can I make others know of my glory? So the best thing is, just put it on display. Wherever the guests come, wherever the visitors come. So on all these instances, we find deep down there is a desire. The desire for appreciation. And that's why we tend to show off. It's very natural. I found a very interesting name of a person. He was a Swamiji. So he wrote Dr. Swami Buddhananda and all the qualifications. Now this is a very strange thing. Because once you become a Swami, you are supposed to renounce everything. You are supposed to give up everything. And here is a person who is a Swami also, and he is holding on to everything what he has renounced. See this. This is called pride of renunciation. Pride of possession is one thing. There is also called pride of renunciation. I want to show off the world what all things I have renounced. That is also a kind of dambha only. Now, this dambha of two types, just like any disease is of two types. One is the moderate stage, the other is the advanced stage. So in the same way, this disease called dambha has also got two stages. One is moderate, the other is advanced. What is that moderate stage? Swadharma prakatikaranam. Moderate stage means whatever I have, I show it. And what is that advanced stage? Whatever I don't have, that also I show off. There is some virtue which I don't have, but I show off as though I have it. This is the advanced stage of this disease, a serious stage. I remember one very, nice joke of Mullah Nasruddin. So this Mullah Nasruddin, he was driving his car. And after driving, he reaches his village. And the moment he reaches his village, he raises the, the glass of the windows. The window glasses are raised. His friend was also sitting with him. The friend said, "What are you doing? This is mid-noon, summer season. It is so hot inside and you are closing the window." Mullah said, "See, now we have reached our village. The villagers should not know that this car doesn't have AC. They should think that we have AC in our car. So it doesn't matter, we are getting cooked inside. Because summer season, mid-noon, that is okay. But prestige is more important. Physical inconvenience is not a big thing. But yes, prestige. Others should not know that we don't have AC." This is called showing off what we don't have. I once went to somebody's house. So as we were discussing, I saw, my attention went to one photo on the wall. And in this photo, I found this person shaking hand with Al Gore, the former vice president of United States. So at that time he was vice president. And they were shaking hands. This person with whom I am talking, that person and Al Gore, they were shaking hands in front of White House. I was shocked because this person is an owner of a hotel in a very rural village. In a remote village, he owns a hotel and he is running that hotel, and he is not very educated or literate. He doesn't even know English properly. And here is this person, coated, suited, booted, in front of White House, shaking hands with Vice President of America. I said, what? You went to America? You went to America and met Al Gore? I could not believe. Because there is no chance that he can go there. He said, no, Swamiji. No. It is Photoshop. Photoshop means what? Nowadays you can manipulate any photo, any video. So what he has done? He has removed somebody's head there and he has put his head there. So now it appears he is shaking hand with a very important personality. This is called Dambha in the advanced stage. I went to another person's house. This was also interesting. And in his drawing room, I saw he's with so many famous personalities. Cricket stars and film stars and bureaucrats and politicians and industrialists and big people. The whole drawing room is filled with framed photos with him shaking hands with, important personalities. So I asked him, Arey, you are a big shot. You are not an ordinary man. You have contact with such big people. He said, no, Swamiji. I work in the airport, Bangalore airport. So whenever some famous personality comes, immediately I take a selfie with that person. I have my people, so they just click a photo. I take a photo and immediately I frame it. I frame it and keep it. I don't know any of them. Just photo is there. Then I told him, tomorrow if they are caught for some corruption charges or scams, then they will catch you. Because it's a clear proof that you have contacts with them. Somewhere I want to show that I have contacts with big people, influential people, powerful people, and therefore I am also powerful. They are all the examples of Dambha of the advanced stage. Now, a very important question is, why is it that we want to show off? The showing off is a symptom of spiritual malnourishment. When the mind is starved of divine love, divine company, divine security, divine protection, divine presence, when the mind is starving of divine love, etc., it then craves for worldly love, worldly respect, worldly appreciation. So if the mind is starving for worldly appreciation, understand the mind is malnourished of divine love. To the extent we are spiritually empty, to that extent we will crave for all this worldly love and respect. It is exactly like our dog. If you don't feed the dog properly, the dog will go to the streets and eat all the wayside filth. So too with the mind. To the extent we are spiritually empty, to the extent we don't give spiritual food to the mind, it will crave for the worldly food, worldly appreciation, worldly love, worldly respect. But a person who has given nourishing spiritual food to the mind, such a mind will not crave for anything. It's a totally contented mind, a desireless mind. Alexander the Great had put the yogi Diogenes in the jail. So this yogi was sitting in the jail. In early morning, Alexander came. He said, I am the emperor of the world. Ask me, what is it that you want? The yogi kept quiet. Alexander kept on pestering. Ask, and I will give it to you. The yogi then looked at him and said, you please move aside. You are blocking the sun rays from entering into this prison. Just move aside. That's all what I request from you. See the contentment of this man. Even an emperor is coming and begging. He just doesn't bother about him, care about him. This shows the inner contentment, that state of utter desirelessness. How did he attain it? It is because of the spiritual attainments. Now another question is, why is this showing off a negative trait for a spiritual seeker? Why a spiritual seeker should protect himself from this tendency to show off? What are the reasons? Reason number one, the joy which we get while showing off, what kind of joy is it? Is it a sattvic joy or a rajasic joy? This joy is a rajasic joy, an egoistic joy. It is not spiritual joy. It is egoistic joy. So when somebody appreciates me for my attainments, the joy which I experience is not a sattvic joy, spiritual joy, it is egoistic joy. So when I revel in egoistic joy, what happens to the ego? It grows, it gets boosted up, it bloats, it puffs up. Now, as far as spirituality is concerned, anything which boosts my ego has to be shunned. Anything which dissolves my ego is welcome. Anything which boosts my ego should be shunned, should be given up. So showing off gives a joy which is egoistic joy. And then what happens? If I revel in such egoistic joys, I am devolving in spirituality and not evolving in spirituality. This is one reason why we should give it up. The second reason is, any showing off has some dishonesty in it. When I show off, what does it mean? This is something which I have, look, I am showing it to the world. Really speaking, nothing belongs to me, everything belongs to God. So when I show off, I am actually dishonest. What belongs to God, I don't want to give credit to God. I misappropriate from Him, steal from Him, and then I say it is mine. So who am I? I become a thief. What belongs to Bhagavan, I take it and I say it is mine. That is the meaning, showing off. So who am I then? I am a thief. So what is the punishment given to a thief? Any thief should be imprisoned, isn't it? He should be put behind bars, and this is exactly what has happened to all of us. From beginningless past, we have been doing this mistake, And therefore, we are imprisoned in this body, mind, intellect. It's a cage, it's a prison. We are imprisoned in BMI, we are imprisoned in birth, death cycle. What is a mistake we have done because of which we are imprisoned? The mistake is somebody else's property, somebody else's possession, I say it is mine. So showing off is nothing but 100% dishonesty. Another reason, a Mahatma gave it beautifully. Mahatma said, whatever you show off, you will lose it. Whatever you keep it outside, you will lose it. Whatever you hide within and keep it yourself, it will be preserved. It's a law. Suppose you have a diamond. Suppose you keep it outside. What will happen? Somebody will take it away, isn't it? So what do you do with the diamond? You keep it in the locker, safe locker. So it remains with you. So whatever you hide, it remains with you. Whatever you put it outside in the public, it goes away from you. So what do? All our virtues, we keep it outside. All our vices, the negative traits, we hide it and keep it inside. So what happens? All the good things go away, all the bad things, the vices, they remain with us. Isn't it? That is why you will find all the great Mahatmas, they openly speak about their vices in the public. If you read the autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi, there are so many instances where he has openly confessed his weaknesses. So what happens when we confess? What happens when we confess about our Papa? We speak about our Papa. All those negative traits go away from us. What do? We speak about our punya and we hide our papa. What do the great saints do? They speak about their papa, they never talk about their own virtues. Saint Augustine, his autobiography is called My Confessions. See the name, My Confessions. Openly telling one's own weaknesses, defects. Surdas in one place say, I am such a great sinner, O Lord, even in hell I have no place. I will not find a place. The hell will run away from me, he says. Now just imagine if Surdas has to say that, what to talk of us? Very interesting. That's why it is said, whenever you do charity, do it silently, do it secretly, don't tell others, because it's a punya. So what happens when you publicize your charity, show it off? We call the media people, the photographers, the videographers and the newspaper walas, we call them, and then we publicize our charity. What happens is, whatever punya is there, it gets diluted. So all the charity, the scriptures say, it should be done silently, secretly. Then the punya is preserved. In one North India, I saw one tube light. On the tube light, this person has written his name, donated by Mr. So and so. In black paint he has written on the tube light. 50% of the light is gone because of the black paint. So these are the reasons why we should not show off. Now, while living in the society, you will find that 99.99% of the people, they are manis and dambhis. They are full of ego and they are full of this trait of showing off. This is what you will find in the society. Because it's a very, very difficult task to come out of this mana and dambha. Very difficult. Lot of sadhana is needed. As Swami Shivanji used to say, atom bomb like sadhana is needed. to get rid of these kinds of negative traits. So in such a situation, in the society where such kinds of people are living, how to live with them, how a wise person should live with them. So there is a beautiful instruction given in Bhagavad Gita. Na buddhi bedam janet ajnanam karma sanginam joshayet sarva karmani vidwan yukta samacharet. So the people around us, they are highly egoistic and they are of the nature of what you call dambhis. So what to do? What do the wise people do? They make use of this weakness in them to serve the society. This is what we have to do. Make use of this weakness. They crave for love, they crave for respect, they crave for recognition, awards and rewards. So what should be done? Make use of this weakness in them and serve the society. Then what happens? Both of them are benefited. For the sake of awards and rewards and respect and recognition, this person does charity. And that charity does him good. And the society is also benefited. So openly praise that person, recognize that person with garlands and shawls, etc. Glorify that person. Then what will happen? He will again and again donate more and more. And in the process of donation, he does charity. That charity will definitely do him good because it's a punya karma. In the process, the society is also benefited. This is the way a wise man should lead and guide the people. Make use of this weakness in others, but at the same time, guard yourself from these weaknesses, from these negative traits. We have to be very careful. Right. Now, these virtues, mana, dambha, amanitvam, adambhitvam, etc., 100% you will find only in God. You will find these qualities 100%. In fact, all the virtues. That's why Bhagwan's name is Amani Manadaha, Vishnu Sahasranama. He is Amani, he is free from mana, but Manadaha, he is the one who gives mana to others. See that? Everything belongs to God, but Bhagwan never says, everything, I possess everything. No, that ego is not there at all, even though everything belongs to him. And there is no dambha, there is no show off. He will never come in the picture. He will ever remain at the background. Vedantic meaning also it is the same. He is ever the subject, he can never be the object. You see that? Just like the camera. With the camera you shoot the entire movie, but in the movie you will not find the camera. It is because of camera that the whole movie is shot, but the camera will never be seen in the movie. This is perfect ADAMBHITVAM. Bhagwan is also like that. The whole world is existing in Bhagwan. Everything happens because of Bhagwan. Everything is possessed by Bhagwan, but Bhagwan is never seen in the picture. He gives, he forgives, he forgets. So all these virtues you will find in full measure only in Bhagavan. Now moving on to the next virtue. So amanitvam, adambhitvam. The next one is AHIMSA. What is AHIMSA? Non-violence, non-injury. So in one place, Bhagwan Veda Vyāsa writes, Paropakaram punyaya pāpāya parapeedanam. This is the essence of all scriptures. What is the essence of all scriptures? So Bhagwan Veda Vyāsa says, Paropakaram, doing good to others, is punya. Pāpāya parapeedanam, giving pain to others, is pāpa. This is the essence of all scriptures. He says in one place. Now a question may come. If merely giving pain to others is papa, in that case, when a doctor is conducting operation on the patient, that also should be papa because he is giving pain. A mother hitting the child for the welfare of the child, that also should be papa because mother is giving pain. A teacher hitting the student for the welfare of the student, that also should be papa. So therefore, to clarify this point, we will have to add, it is not just giving pain that is himsa, no. It is not the action which is important, it is the intention behind the action which decides whether an action is himsa or ahimsa. This point should be very clearly noted. It is not the action, it is the intention. Manasa, vacha, karmana, by thought, word and deed. If the intention is to hurt others, not action but intention, then that is himsa. Absence of this intention is called ahimsa. So therefore, when the doctor is doing an operation upon the patient, is it himsa or ahimsa? It is definitely ahimsa because the intention of the doctor is to save the life of the patient. The intention of the mother is the welfare of the child. The intention of the teacher is the welfare of the student. When a soldier kills another soldier during the war, is it himsa or ahimsa? It is definitely ahimsa because he is not killing out of hatred or revenge, no. He is protecting his own country. So therefore that killing of the soldier cannot be called as himsa. Bhagavan himself praises. Hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim. Bhagavan says, Arjuna, if you are killed in the battlefield, you will enjoy heaven. If you win the battle, then you will enjoy this kingdom. So in both ways, you are going to benefit. So therefore, this point has to be understood. Ahimsa is not merely giving pain, no. Intention has to be noted. Now a very important question comes. Bhagavan is praising ahimsa here, but what is Bhagavan asking Arjuna to do? Arjuna, fight and kill. It appears as though Bhagavan is asking for violence, at the same time praising praising ahimsa. On one side Bhagavan is praising ahimsa, on the other side Bhagavan is asking Arjuna to do himsa. So this point also has to be understood. For that, let us take an example. Suppose there is a wound in the leg and the wound is not healing. You try all methods and it is not healing, and finally it is becoming septic, infectious, and the wound is spreading. And when it becomes a threat to the entire body, what will the doctor do? Doctor will have to amputate the leg, isn't it? To save the body. The leg has to be cut off. Why the leg is cut off? To save the entire body. In the same way, very many times in the society, anti-social elements create problem for the society. So then a war is needed. Just like operation is needed for the body, war is needed. Dharma yuddha is needed to clean the society of the anti-social elements. Mahabharata war is such a war which is necessary to wipe away the unrighteous people. Vinashaya cha dushkritam, that is necessary. No doubt very many people were killed, but you just observe what happened after the war. What was the result? The result was Yudhishthira became the king, and what happened after Yudhishthira became the king? There was plenty and prosperity everywhere, peace and harmony everywhere, progress everywhere. Yudhishthira, it is said, he took care of the people like father taking care of his own children. It is said it was like Ramarajya, no disease anywhere, no mental disease, no physical disease. The monsoons, or what you call the climates, changed perfectly. Neither ativrishti nor anavrishti. Neither too much of rain nor too less rain. There was plenty everywhere. It was literally heaven upon earth. It is said even devatas became envious seeing the prosperity of earth. See that? See the result after the war. Another point to be noted is, for the welfare of the totality, if the individual is sacrificed, it is not himsa. For the bigger cause, for the welfare of the samashti, if the vyashti is sacrificed, it is not himsa. For example, suppose we are sick and many times this what you call fever etc. won't go. So what do? We take antibiotics. What happens when we take antibiotics? Very many bacteria die. So if merely killing is himsa, then even taking antibiotics should be considered himsa. But what is the result of taking antibiotics? No doubt bacteria die, but you regain health, isn't it? So therefore, that cannot be called himsa. For the protection of the samashti, you are sacrificing the vyashti. In the same way, when we use pesticides and insecticides, is it himsa or ahimsa? Now these are all the questions which people ask. All these questions come because there is no clarity with respect to what is himsa and what is ahimsa. People think ahimsa means non-killing. So using pesticides and insecticides cannot be called himsa because you are doing it to save the crops, and crops are necessary to keep life on the planet. Lower beings are destroyed in order to protect the higher beings. The more evolved beings, to protect them, you are destroying the less evolved beings under unavoidable circumstances. This also has to be kept in mind. Under unavoidable circumstances, there is no other way. Therefore you use. To protect the crops, you will have to remove the weeds. You have to destroy the weeds. That is himsa or ahimsa? Definitely it is ahimsa. Jivo jivasya jivanam. The world is designed in such a way that you will have to destroy one to protect the other. When that is the law, then it is always what law should be followed? To protect the higher, lower can be sacrificed. In Mahabharata it is said, to protect a family, individual can be sacrificed. To protect a village, a family can be sacrificed. To protect the nation, the village can be sacrificed. This way, the law, Dharma Shastra mentions it. It is true. To protect the entire body, we sacrifice the limb. It is accepted. It cannot be called himsa. So these things should be kept in mind. Now let us always remember this, 100% ahimsa is impossible. We just can't practice it. The world is not designed that way. Use your common sense and live. But yes, we must use our God-given intelligence to minimize himsa. Yes, this is our responsibility. For example, suppose there is a rat which is creating trouble for you. You can't allow the rat to create trouble. What is the option? You can give rat poison and kill the rat. That's it, one option. But if you are more sensitive, if you are more spiritually evolved, what will you do? You will catch the rat, using a rat trap, that intelligence God has given us to create a rat trap. Poor rat doesn't have that intelligence. Nowadays you go to YouTube with old plastic bottles, how to make rat trap with rubber bands and old plastic bottle. You will find techniques. You don't have to even buy rat traps. Very interesting. Just with a rubber band and old Bisleri bottle, how to make rat traps, it is there. So what will you do? Just catch this rat using some vada or something. The poor rat will be caught in this trap. Take your two-wheeler, go far away, drop this rat somewhere, maybe near the bank of the river or some forest or roadside or somewhere. Why do you want to kill it? Through poisoning, etc. God has given us the intelligence. Let us try to use this intelligence to minimize violence. Let us minimize the pain given to others. Of course, I accept this will not work all the time. Suppose there are so many mosquitoes which are troubling you. What will you do? You can't go on catching mosquitoes and living out. It is not possible. So be practical. Whenever this topic of AHIMSA comes, these are the questions people ask. Swamiji, what to do with mosquitoes? Should we kill or should we not kill? So let us always keep this in mind. 100% AHIMSA is impractical. But yes, 100% purity in attitude is always possible. What is more important is not action, but intention behind action. To give this example, just let us take this case of killing mosquitoes. There are people who kill mosquitoes with a feeling of vengeance and anger and revenge. How dare you bite me and suck my blood, hiding in the dark without my knowledge? I will teach you a lesson. People are there. And they smash that mosquito. And when they see that blood stain, the joy is like that Narasimha avatar, after killing Hiranyakashipu. There's such a joy, the joy of having taken revenge. Now what are you doing through this action? You are making your mind impure. All these rajasic tendencies increase when we entertain such thought. I met a very interesting person who said, Swamiji, you know how I kill mosquitoes? He said, Swamiji, first I pray to this mosquito. What does he pray? He says, oh dear mosquito, I understand your helplessness. You are designed to suck my blood. That is the way you are designed. So you cannot be blamed. You are supposed to live on blood. So definitely I cannot blame you. So it is not your fault. But see, I also cannot allow you to suck my blood. I cannot allow you to infect my body with so many kinds of diseases. This is my helplessness. So therefore, I will have to kill you. I have no choice. I don't want to kill you, but I am helpless. I have to kill you. But I promise you one thing. I will kill you in such a way that you will never even know that you are dead. So fast will be my action. Even before you know the pain, you are dead and gone. This I can guarantee you. I will not make you suffer. Because you are also a Jivatma like me. You also have joys and sorrows, just like me. For you also this body is equally precious, just like me. So therefore, minimum pain I will give you. I will kill you in such a way that you will not even realize the pain of death. And moreover, I will surely pray for you. Because you are also a being. So I will definitely pray for you for your higher evolution. This way, I speak to this mosquito. Then I turn to God. He says, oh God, please bless this bee which I am going to kill. is a poor Jivatma. So Bhagavan, please bless this being in such a way that it will attain a higher birth in its next incarnation. It will evolve from this mosquito body. And for that, Bhagavan, today whatever japa I have done, dhyana I have done, sadhana I have done, whatever punya is created, that punya you give it to this mosquito. This way I pray to Bhagavan also. I pray for its welfare and well-being. So this hardly takes around 1 or 2 minutes. After this prayer, I finish this mosquito off. Now this is a wonderful technique because you can call it mosquito yoga. Just like we have bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, karma yoga, this can be mosquito yoga. What is yoga? Yoga means to unite with God. So mosquito has become a means for you to unite with God. Isn't it? Now this is called making the attitude right. Now see the difference. Both of them are killing the mosquito. One fellow is killing with lot of revenge and ill feeling. The other person is killing with lot of, lot of prayers, bringing out lot of noble emotions, divine emotions. Both of them are doing the same action, but the attitude is so different, intentions are so different, and therefore the result is also very different. See? At the action level, we cannot practice 100% ahimsa accepted, but with respect to our attitude, with respect to our intention, definitely we can practice 100% ahimsa. Attitude can be corrected. And the entire karma yoga of 3rd chapter is about attitude. It is not about changing karma. Of course, we have to do noble karma, but what is given importance is the attitude, isn't it? So this also has to be kept in mind. Now again, let us keep this in mind. It is only Bhagavan who can practice 100% ahimsa. How? You see, with respect to myself, I am practicing 100% ahimsa. Yes or no? Every one of us, with respect to oneself, we are practicing ahimsa. We cannot, even by mistake, hurt ourselves. Consciously, we will not hurt ourselves. By mistake, yes, it is possible. We may bite our tongue, etc. Yes. But consciously, we will never give pain to ourselves. We will never hurt ourselves, isn't it? I love myself the most. I will never give pain to myself unnecessarily, consciously. With respect to myself, I practice 100% ahimsa. Now, who is Bhagavan? He is the self of all beings. So, naturally, will he give pain to anyone? Impossible. Just like I will never give pain to myself, Bhagavan, who is the self of all beings, can never give pain to anyone. So Bhagavan is the only one who can practice 100% ahimsa. The point is this, each and every value when you see how Bhagavan is 100% perfect. All these virtues are in full measure only in Bhagavan. He is perfect. So this way we have discussed ahimsa also. Amanitvam, adambhitvam, ahimsa. Next is kshanti. That we will see tomorrow. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet, asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, ಮೃತ್ಯೋರ್ಮಾ ಅಮೃತಂ ಗಮಯ. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ.
ಅರುವೆ ಶರಣಾಗಿ ಬರುವೆ, ಕರುಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕೋರಿ ಬರುವೆ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುವೆ ಅರುವೆ ಶರಣಾಗಿ ಬರುವೆ, ಕರುಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕೋರಿ ಬರುವೆ. ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ತಂದ ಕಿಡಿ ಹೂಗಳನ್ನು ಶ್ರೀ ಚರಣ ಕೆರೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವೆ, ಶ್ರೀ ಚರಣ ಕೆರೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವೆ. ಆಪಾದ ಪದ್ಮ ಎದೆಗವತಿ ಹಿಡಿದು ನಡುನೆತ್ತಿ ಗೊತ್ತೆ ಕೊಂಬೆ. ಆಪಾದ ಪದ್ಮ ಎದೆಗವತಿ ಹಿಡಿದು ನಡುನೆತ್ತಿ ಗೊತ್ತೆ ಕೊಂಬೆ. ಉಸಿರಿಂದಲದನೆ ಬಲಗೊಂಬೆ, ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಗೊಂಬೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿ ಕೊಂಬೆ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುವೆ ಅರುವೆ ಶರಣಾಗಿ ಬರುವೆ, ಕರುಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕೋರಿ ಬರುವೆ. ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ತಂದ ಕಿಡಿ ಹೂಗಳನ್ನು ಶ್ರೀ ಚರಣ ಕೆರೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವೆ. ಕಣ್ಣಿಂದ ನಿನ್ನ ನನ್ನನ್ನ ಸೇರಿ ಎದೆಯೊಳನ ಬೆಳಕನೆತ್ತಿ. ಕಣ್ಣಿಂದ ನಿನ್ನ ನನ್ನನ್ನ ಸೇರಿ ಎದೆಯೊಳನ ಬೆಳಕನೆತ್ತಿ. ತಿರುಮೂರ್ತಿ ಮಾಡು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ನಿನ್ನ ಚಿನ್ಮೋದ ಬೋಧ ಬಿತ್ತಿ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುವೆ ಅರುವೆ ಶರಣಾಗಿ ಬರುವೆ, ಕರುಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕೋರಿ ಬರುವೆ. ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ತಂದ ಬಿಡಿ ಹೂಗಳನ್ನು ಶ್ರೀ ಚರಣ ಕೆರೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವೆ. ಭವಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಮುಂದೆತ್ತಿ ಒತ್ತಿ ತಂದಂತ ತಂದೆ ನೀನು. ಭವಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಮುಂದೆತ್ತಿ ಒತ್ತಿ ತಂದಂತ ತಂದೆ ನೀನು. ಭಾವಕ್ಕೆ ಇಳಿದು ಸದ್ಭಾವ ಬರಿಸಿ ಬರುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡು ನಾನು. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುವೆ ಅರುವೆ ಶರಣಾಗಿ ಬರುವೆ, ಕರುಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕೋರಿ ಬರುವೆ. ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ತಂದ ಕಿಡಿ ಹೂಗಳನ್ನು ಶ್ರೀ ಚರಣ ಕೆರೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವೆ. ಅಂತರ್ಯದೊಂದು ಚೈತನ್ಯ ನಿನ್ನ ಕೈಂಕರ್ಯ ಕರ್ತೃವಾಗಿ. ಅಂತರ್ಯದೊಂದು ಚೈತನ್ಯ ನಿನ್ನ ಕೈಂಕರ್ಯ ಕರ್ತೃವಾಗಿ. ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಜ್ಞ ಬರಲಿ ಚೇತ್ಯೇಶನಾಗಿ ಮಧುಬೋಧ ಮೋದ ಮಾಡಿ. ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಜ್ಞ ಬರಲಿ ಚೇತ್ಯೇಶನಾಗಿ ಮಧುಬೋಧ ಮೋದ ಮಾಡಿ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುವೆ ಅರುವೆ ಶರಣಾಗಿ ಬರುವೆ, ಕರುಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕೋರಿ ಬರುವೆ. ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ತಂದ ಕಿಡಿ ಹೋಗ